Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Forex. This week we'll be covering an important topic and one that can be quite difficult for beginner traders to grasp: price action trading. We hope that you enjoy this episode and please send any questions through to podcast@fxscouts.com. And please remember to subscribe to our podcast. Cheers. Hey Chris, how's it going?
Hey Alison, yeah, I'm okay, thanks. I'm just fresh back from Mallorca. It's my friend's 40th birthday party, so you'll have to excuse my voice if it sounds a bit rough. But it was quite a fun weekend.
Hey, I think you sound pretty chirpy considering.
Thanks, naturally chirpy.
And also considering it was your birthday last week.
It was also my birthday, though wasn't such a big milestone. As you get older, you stop worrying so much unless it's one of the big ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sort of coincided with the birthday of our podcast, our first year of recording a podcast.
So yes. Yeah, I heard Marlon's intro. That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I really enjoyed that too.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today, Alison?
So today we decided we would delve into price action trading.
That's right. Yeah, price action trading. Cool. Yeah. So what is price action trading? It's a method of trading that relies solely on the analysis of price movements rather than technical indicators, which we've been discussing a lot recently. So, and traders who use price action trading, they believe that all the information they need to make a trading decision is contained in the price data. So the basis of price action trading is the ability to identify points of strong support and resistance, coupled with the ability to interpret Japanese candlesticks and candlestick patterns.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds more complicated, I guess, than it is. But before we delve into price action trading, I think it's important that you have to understand what determines the price of an asset. So we'll run through this fairly quickly, but it'll give you a foundation for how price action trading works. And the theory of price is basically an economic theory that states that the price for a specific good or service or asset is determined by the relationship between its supply and demand. And obviously, prices generally rise if demand exceeds supply and fall if supply exceeds demand. And if we just jump into supply a bit, supply is basically made up of the number of products or services that the market can provide. And this can include, like, for example, tangible goods like cars and intangible ones like the ability to make an appointment with a skilled service provider like a doctor. And each instance, the supply is finite in nature. So there are only a certain number of cars available and only a certain number of appointments available at any given time.
Yeah, exactly. And demand applies to a market's desire for those goods. So at any time, there is also only a finite number of potential consumers available. So demand fluctuates depending on a variety of factors, such as whether an improved version of a product is available or if a service is no longer needed. So demand can also be affected by an item's perceived value in the consumer market.
Yeah, exactly. And equilibrium occurs when the total number of items available or the supplies I was saying just now can be consumed by those customers. So if the price is too high, then the customers may avoid the goods or services and find other alternatives. And this results in an excess supply, and it can possibly cause producers to lower prices. And then if the price is too low, then the demand may increase, and this will cause prices to rise again.
Yeah, exactly. And this is exactly what you'll see on charts. As demand for an asset goes up, so like during a bullish trend, the price will go up until it moves into oversold territory, and then the supply starts to outweigh this demand. And at this point, traders start to sell, and it forces the price back down again. In the case of a financial asset such as the Euro USD, demand increases for the asset if, for example, the European Central Bank increases its interest rates. Or like we saw yesterday, we saw some weak ISM data come through from the United States, which means that the US economy is looking like it might be headed for a recession. On the other hand, you may see supply increase and bearish moves in the Euro USD if the USD starts to strengthen.
Yeah, exactly. So the fundamentals also have a big influence on price action.
Yeah.
So what is price action trading? Now that we've got those foundations, it's simply trading by technical analysis of the movements of the price itself, but it does not include the indicators that are derived from the price. So in price action trading, we basically look at candlestick movements, key support and resistance levels, major trend lines, and maybe one or two moving averages for mobile support and resistance, and obviously to define the different trade directions. And we also might include pivot points, but we don't use indicators like MACD or Bollinger Bands and stochastics.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good method for newer traders to learn because newer traders often make the common mistake of relying too much on indicators instead of looking for the underlying story behind those indicators. For example, traders who decide to go long only when stochastics are under 30 might miss a good opportunity where the stochastic happens to read 31. And they might take poor trades just because the stochastic says 29.5. So one of the significant benefits of price action trading is its simplicity. It eliminates the potential for confusion and indecision arising from having too many indicators on your chart at the same time. However, like all trading strategies, it requires practice, patience, and, as always, disciplined risk management.
And so why does it work? Why does price action trading work? So it's basically the analysis of a chart. Well, when you analyze the price action, the chart has the price has predictive power in forecasting the future movements of price. And what this means is that because the price action often reveals the footprints of large buyers and sellers in the market, and although these players try to hide, they're often so big that they can't hide. And what your job is to find which way they're going and hitch a ride. So basically, ride the movement that they create.
Yeah. And price action signals, sometimes called price action patterns or price action triggers, these are pretty easily recognizable patterns in the market. And these can be used to predict future market behavior. And experienced traders can spot these signals at a glance by recognizing certain shapes or repetitions in past performance.
And price action trading is very popular among Forex traders.
Yeah.
And this is because, firstly, it's very highly liquid. So traders find it easy to open and close positions quickly, especially with instruments like the Euro USD, of course. And the Forex market is always moving. It's a 24/5 market, but it rarely experiences big highs and lows. And this makes it ideal for new traders who want to experiment with small trades before they scale up as their expertise grows. And lastly, the maturity of the market makes it very easy to spot recurring patterns and trends. So the Forex market has, it's probably one of the oldest markets and certainly in the most traded markets. And so because of that, these patterns are very become very familiar to traders, and it becomes sort of a very
It's much easier to predict.
Much easier to predict what might happen.
Yeah.
So there's 5 sort of common strategies that you can use price action trading with, and some of these are difficult to explain in words alone. So we're just going to create a primer of what these strategies are, and then you can do your own research on the web.
Yeah, exactly. Some of these are hard to explain without seeing visual cues and graphs. So go ahead. There's a lot of stuff on the web about price action trading, and we highly recommend you look at it. But let's run through these strategies quickly. The first one is something called a pin bar, and this is sometimes called the candlestick strategy because of its distinctive shape. The pin bar pattern, it looks like a candle with a very long wick in it. And it represents a sharp reversal and a rejection of a particular price, with the wick or the tail showing the range of price that was rejected. And the assumption here is that the price will continue to move in the opposite direction to the tail. And traders will use this information to decide whether to take a long or short position in the market. For example, if the pin bar pattern has a long lower tail, this tells traders that there has been a trend of lower prices being rejected, and this will imply that the price could be about to rise.
And the next popular trading strategy for price action trading is trend following retracement entry. And this is quite a simple price action strategy where the trader simply follows the existing trend. So if the price is on a clear downturn with lower highs being consistently created, then the trader might look to take a short position. And if prices are rising incrementally with higher highs and higher lows, then the trader might want to buy.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's the third one is the trend following breakout entry. And this trend tracks any major movements in the market under the assumption that after a price spike, a retracement will follow. And if market moves outside a defined support or resistance line, this is known as a breakout. And traders often use the signal to act, taking a long position if the asset is trending upwards or breaks above the resistance line, or vice versa, or a short position if it moves below the support line.
And then you have the head and shoulders reversal trade. And as the name suggests, it's a pattern. It's a pattern with a market movement that looks a bit like the silhouette of a head and shoulders. So, in other words, prices rise to a certain point and then they fall again. Then they rise even further, fall again, and then rise to a lower high, sort of to the same high as it rose in the first sort of upward turn before it drops again. And the head and shoulders reversal trade is one of the most popular price action strategies. And it's quite easy to choose an entry point. So generally right after the first shoulder, and to set a stop loss, which is most traders do it after the second shoulder, and then to take advantage of the temporary peak or the head sort of upward turn and downward turn.
Yeah, it's a very, very common trading strategy for price action trading. And you'll see this pattern. Once you start looking for this pattern, you'll see it everywhere. In all assets. And finally, the fifth one we're talking about here is a sequence of high and lows. So at its core, price action trading is trying to predict the high, these short-term highs and lows. And price action traders can follow the sequence of highs and lows strategy to map out emerging trends in their market. So, for example, if a price is trading at higher highs and higher lows, this indicates that it's on an upward trend. And if it's trading at lower highs and lower lows, it's trending downwards. And traders can use their knowledge of the sequence of highs and lows to choose an entry point at the lower end of this upward trend, and by setting a stop just before the previous higher low. Again, a very common strategy.
Yeah, so to sum up price action trading, it's basically a strategy that uses the price movements of an underlying market to attempt to predict future market movements, as most trading is. Traders look out for price action signals, which indicate the emergence of a trend. And unlike technical analysis, price action trading focuses on the actual price, not on technical indicators. And it's particularly popular with Forex traders due to the liquidity and size of the Forex market, and different action or price action methods can be used by traders to predict market movements and make short-term gains.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about short-term day trading. And look, remember, it seems fairly straightforward, and it is fairly straightforward, but it requires a lot of practice and patience to master price action trading. So read up about it. And it's always crucial to remember that all trading strategies, they carry risk. So make sure you remember to set your stop losses, and remember there's no guarantee of profits no matter what you're doing. And yeah, manage your risk effectively, and never ever trade with money you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think that probably sums it up, Chris. I mean, price action trading is a huge subject, so obviously there's you can go into a hell of a lot more depth than we've just talked about here. But these are the basics of price action trading. And as we said, new traders often overclutter their charts with too many technical indicators. So it is important to understand how price action trading works, to just give you a broad overview and to inform your trading strategy.
Yeah, exactly. It's useful, even if you're not going to use it heavily, or if you do want to go delve into the world of more substantial technical analysis. It's really important to learn price action because it gives you a solid foundation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what are we talking about next week, Alison?
So next week we're actually going to talk about fundamental analysis, and we're going to talk about
Oh,
how
cool.
fundamental analysis informs your trading strategy. It's obviously a
Yeah,
huge,
really important right now. Yeah, a
yeah,
huge subject, and
huge,
it's really moving the markets right now. It's very there's a lot of big fundamental shifts happening in markets right now that's
yeah,
pushing stuff around. Should be an interesting one.
yeah, yeah. I think it will be. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that's about it.
Thanks, Alison. Well, I'll speak to you next week. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Cheers, Chris.
Bye.